Hello, it's Tim from Fair Play Now on the 18th of October 2024. So before I get into the main meat of this video, just a very quick shout out. I promised this, well, a bit earlier in the week to be honest with you, but better late than never. So this coming Sunday, the 20th of October, there is an event really in Tisbury. So basically, we've got a few talkers there speaking about a variety of subjects, and it's going to be happening, like I say, on Sunday the 20th at Victory Hall in Tisbury. If you've been to these Tisbury events before, it's not the usual place. There's another hall in that place, in that little town, called Victoria Hall, but the postcode is SP36L. Apparently the doors open at 9:30. We're starting at 10, goes on to 5, and there's going to be lunch available. You can pay on the door for £15 per person. So it does sound like a really good day. I'm going to be there filming it, so if you do miss, or you can't get there should I say, I will be filming it and you can see these interesting talkers. So I thought what I'd do is, as I do sometimes, just go through a few memes and offer a few thoughts, because I'm kind of getting back into things now after my trip, and I've returned, I see, to one or two rather unfavourable, unwelcome bits of news, but I'll come on to those and I'll go through a few memes with you. And I've actually got my own meme, which I'll put on at the end, and you can see how good or not it is. It's up to you to judge. Anyway, let's get into it. So the first one we've got here, the first politicians. Yeah, that really does sum it up. I think politicians have always been the same. Whatever century you've been in, you've lived in, or indeed whatever country you lived in. I remember one of these countries I visited, there was election posters up on the roads and stuff, and the taxi driver was saying, oh yeah, they'll make a load of promises before the election, and then when they get election, nothing will change. And I thought, yeah, that sounds familiar. I think you'll find that is the case the world over, to be honest with you. So this one, why did Noah build an ark when he could have simply paid more taxes to stop climate change? Yeah, why did he go to all that effort when that's all you really needed to do? Or could it be that paying more taxes to stop that particular phenomenon doesn't actually work? I'll let you work that one out. So here's a nice little one. Make sure you're filling your own cup. And that's certainly what I've been doing. And I think it's very necessary. Far too many people in the freedom movements, we all want to help other people. That's, I think, what it boils down to. And but you do need to look after yourself first before you can help other people. I've done a lot of flying recently, so I've sat through a lot of those safety announcements that you get at the start of each flight, and you know what they always say, if the oxygen mask drops down, make sure you put on your own one before assisting others. And that's kind of a good way to think about our situation as well. Just make sure you are looking after yourself before looking after others. Become ungovernable. I like these memes. I've seen a few of these animal memes like this, and they always make me chuckle. And yeah, I think the ultimate goal for everybody really should be to become ungovernable. And if that was the case, I truly think this world would be a much better place. Yeah, and this is why I think along those lines, government is a disease masquerading as its own cure, by Robert Lefebvre. And I think that guy had that pretty much spot on as far as governments are concerned. And just one little reason why I'm so against government, and one of the bits of unwelcome news that I've come across is apparently from October the 1st this year, keeping chickens in this country has become illegal unless you register them with the government. So yeah, another example of the government sticking its oar in, sticking its nose in, into places where we've coped very well, thank you very much, for well, since time immemorial. It's, yeah, we've gone since the beginning of time right the way through to 2024 here in the UK without needing any kind of restrictions or government bureaucracy as far as chickens are concerned. And now all of a sudden it seems we need to have it, and they would no doubt say, oh, it's to sort of prevent bird flu or whatever. I would sort of offer the counter argument that it's more to do with control and more to do with them controlling the food supply rather than us controlling our own food supplies. It's all about control at the end of the day. And the other unwelcome bit of news is apparently MPs are about to vote. Well, the vote might have happened already, I'm not quite sure, but they're going to vote on assisted dying apparently. So looks like we're following the example of Trudeau's government in Canada, where they've had this now for what, 2 or 3 years, I think it was, that they've had that. And yeah, now that we've got a very similar character in charge here and a very similar party, it's no surprise that we're following suit on horrible things like that. And yeah, just another little meme that I think captures it. Really, the meme says it all, doesn't it? And yeah, here's another one. Is it really germs making you sick, or is it all of these other things? Well, again, the government and the mainstream media will tell you one thing, and a little bit of in-depth research and looking at things beyond the end of your nose will tell you a quite different story. And yeah, again, another meme which has just got so much truth in it. I think it's funny that you think I'm researching how to put myself out of business. I don't think so. You know, all of this research that supposedly goes on to stop and prevent and cure diseases like cancer and the rest of it. Well, how long do they need to research? It's been going on all of my life, and they don't seem to have made too much progress, really, not in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, when you sort of apply a little bit of critical thinking, you sort of do think, well, why would they want a cure really for those sort of diseases when a whole massive industry would just go out of business, basically? And yeah, mainstream media experts, yeah, just picture this meme here, and I think yeah, you can then take it all with a pinch of salt. And another bit of ridiculous government bureaucracy. Apparently there's talk that they're going to do away with the traditional British pint and bring in something less than a pint for the benefit of our health, don't you know? That's what the government want to do, because of course the government do care about our health, they really do. Although, again, applying a bit of critical thinking, I think I can think of a heck of a lot of other things they could be doing and preventing and stopping that would be better for our health, rather than just making us drink slightly less beer down the pub on a Friday night. Well, this meme stuck out. New password must contain one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, eye of newt, a phoenix feather, one special character, and root of a hemlock. And yeah, it's just making a password is just more and more complicated. And is that deliberate? Is that to usher in digital identities, biometric identities? Again, I keep banging on about it now, you're probably getting fed up with this, but with all my extensive travelling, obviously I made use of my passport quite a lot, and there's always that little fear in the back of your mind, well, what happens if I sort of lose my passport in the middle of the trip, and what would I do? And what if the government said, you know, just let us bring in digital ID and let us put this chip under your skin, you know, in your sort of wrist or arm or whatever, or let us take a retina scan of your eye, and then you don't have to worry about passwords ever again. You don't even have to worry about physical passports ever again. It will just be done with a quick scan of your eye or the chip in in your body there, and you know you're never going to lose those things, and you're never going to have to worry about those things ever again. You never have to worry about making all these ridiculously long passwords ever again. And yeah, that may well be the way they sell it. And I'm afraid, got a horrible feeling that a lot of people would think, oh, never have to worry about losing a passport ever again. Never have to worry about these stupid passwords ever again. Yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you'll find it's not quite such a good idea as you might be thinking right now. So I thought I'd finish this with my own little meme here. I was wandering around Kuala Lumpur recently, and I had a little chat with one of the locals about the Lurgi Big V program there in Malaysia. Here's what he had to say, or rather he didn't have much to say. Anyway, I don't know what you thought of my little attempt at a meme or a little bit of a funny there, but I'm going to leave it. And if you're going to go down to Tisbury in a couple of days time, I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll be back soon. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.